What's up over here? It's Chris. It's Mitch. Except right now, I think I just see Chris on a live feed. That's funny. I don't know what's happening.
What's going on?
Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Mitch.
Some reason I'm not seeing me on the live feed. It is what it is. It's all good. This is going to be just Chris, I think, at this point. That's funny because on the preview, it looks fine here for me. It's Chris. It's Mitch. Except right now, I think I just see... Oh, this is so weird. I'm getting double feedback. I just see Chris on a live feed. That's funny. Take that out. I don't know what's happening.
What's going on?
What? We're in Twilight Zone right now. Twilight Zone.
For some reason, I'm not seeing me on the live feed. It is what it is.
There we go. Now I see what's going on. All right, take him out. Now, we're back. Hey. I'm so sorry. This is too early for you.
Right,
Chris?
It's an early one.
It is an early one. We are dealing with technology. Good morning, gentlemen. Chris Hids, Tom Heath, John Devine, Michael Mozina. Thanks so much. Rob Ferre. It's the Handsome channel. Yes, Adam. We see both. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, let's kick this off. Chris, it is DJ Industry Secrets for coming back from a hiatus. It's been a long, crazy 2 weeks for me. I'm sure it's been with you as well. Good morning, Jason. What is today's DJ Industry Secret, Chris?
Yeah, we're going to talk about multitasking today. This was something. What do we got? See, I can't see any of the comments, so I don't know what's happening.
No, I'm talking about me. I'm laughing because here I am trying to multitask and close windows and shit. Well, whoops.
Okay, so speaking of, this was the secret I had wrote. Guess who makes more mistakes, the single tasker or the multitasker? Get focused was the key words on that one. So basically at that time I was reading this book and it had a section talked about multitasking. And, there was a professor in there from Stanford that did a study of multitaskers and he divided them into two groups, high multitaskers, low multitaskers. And of course the study shows that the low multitaskers outperform the high multitaskers, right? So I think there's a few things to take from that, and there were some good takeaways and good points. Basically that if doing the most important thing is really the most important thing, then why would you try to do anything else at the same time? Which I thought was a great point from that. And overall, multitasking is pretty much a big lie. It's something that's become very mainstream, right? In fact, we're believed that, or come to believe that multitasking is something you should do. You should do it all the time. This is how you get more things done and you should become really good at it. When in reality, it's pretty much impossible to become good at multitasking. And it's because our brains cannot focus on more than one thing at one time. Try it. I mean, and it happens all the time, right? When people are leaving babies in cars, in the heat and you can't do it. Your brain, right. Our brains just physically can't allow you to focus on more than one thing at one time.
I think there was a time, maybe, I'm talking, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s, where you could do a couple things, juggle two or three things. But I think with today's society, there's no way in hell you're going to do it successfully. We have too many notifications. There's too many distractions. There's too many things going off. There's too much. It's just too much, frankly. And so, yeah, I think you're way better served to focus on the one thing, whatever that one thing is, and get it done, especially when it comes to work productivity. Even right now, it's like I'm working through something and going through everything and fine tooth combing it because it has to be the primary focus,
Right.
at this moment. So,
yeah. And that, bringing it back into what we do and into work. Yeah. It's not that we have, too little time to do the things that we need to do. It's that we fill the need to do too many things with the time that we have. So
let's play devil's advocate for a hot second, Chris. So think about what we do as DJs, but how can I then successfully execute a mix, take a request from the person next to me, and then grab the announcement and hit the dedication for the song that I just mixed into? That's multitasking. Now, I'm not saying that mix couldn't have been better. That's not what I'm saying at all. It absolutely could have been better. But was it mixed, from 1 to 4? Smooth transition? Yes. So how can I do that then?
Yeah, so I think something that we do that it seems, fairly common that I think others don't tend to do. We always have an assistant with us.
Yeah.
And so an assistant's job for me is to, number one, head off any requests, period. If I am mixing, I don't want people bombarding me. Why? Because I need to focus in on what I'm doing. And it might be getting that next track ready to go, right?
I get that. And we have assistants too for our staff. We definitely have 2-person teams, but I mean, you've been there, right? Haven't you done what I just said?
Totally.
Before? So I don't know. I guess I play devil's advocate just a little bit.
But think of what's happening there in that moment. You're playing MC, you're playing DJ. I'm also playing coordinator and planner. I'm doing 3 roles at one moment, right? And so in reality, you can't do all 3 to the most effective ability.
Agreed. That I agree with. I'm not saying they weren't.
So
they
in
were
our
good,
case,
they were good. They weren't great. Put it that way.
Right. So and that's exactly what it's going to end up being, right? So in our case, we have to. I think someone that is professional and that has done this role, and you get better with it over time, right? Obviously, but you're going to tap out probably at some point. Yeah, you can get better and you can do this. But I think most of us that have been doing this for a while have figured out a way to juggle that moment and that spot where we can get through it and be effective, right? Now,
that's not really multitasking. I don't know. I disagree. It is multitasking. You're making an announcement, you're making the segue, and you're saying yes to someone as a request virtually all at the same time within seconds of each other.
But what I'm probably doing in that exact moment is not taking that person's request, ignoring them, and focusing in on what the one task that's the most important at that moment that I need to do, which is probably maybe making that announcement, right? I know I can mix in just a minute. This announcement's got to get done. I've got to make this announcement. I'm like basically pushing my hand in front of this person's face to the side, So I'm really trying to focus and lock in.
Yeah, you're not. I would definitely say you're not giving that person their proper attention.
Right.
And the mix and the announcement is, that's the announcement is the most important, especially if it's a certain dedication. I mean, depending on what the goal is.
Or maybe the announcement's not important and my mix is the most important thing. And now I'm focusing in on it, because I've done that before too, where somebody comes up and says, I need you to announce that the photo booth is going to end in 30 minutes. And you know what? Like this past weekend, that exact question was told to me and I never made that announcement.
Right. Well, that's a different story.
No, but I didn't make it because I didn't want the dance floor to leave. But also I didn't make it because I was in the moment, like mixing and trying to get my, I'm focusing on what I'm doing at that moment in prom. And in all honesty, I just forgot.
Yeah, no, I get it. And we all have those moments, those situations. I think we've all been there at some point in our career, whether it be, in the office or on the road on an event where you do find yourself multitasking when you probably shouldn't be.
And I think we do it on the daily. I think it comes down to a matter of if you have maybe a task list or a to-do list and you set priorities, then there's a reason you did that. And you should probably focus on knocking off that task list one at a time instead of trying to do 5 things at a time thinking that you're going to get it done quicker, because you're probably not.
Yeah. So thanks so much today, Chris, for your tip, multitasking. And really what you should do is get focused. Good morning, Lucas. Lucas, he's my, I wouldn't call him my hashtag, but something I probably introduced to Lucas, some turdious. I'm third. Absolutely. That definitely applies here too, Lucas. So thanks for that. Good morning, Howard. One of our limo driver friends in Green Bay is popping on the podcast today. So thanks, Howard, for joining us. Any other final tips on multitasking, Chris?
No, basically get focused. That's the point here. I think it's a great reminder for us. Just knock those things off one at a time. Don't feel the need to do everything at once.
Yeah. Laser focused on one thing, get it done, move on to the next. Thanks so much for watching live at 75, hashtag DJ Industry Secrets with my friend Chris Romero. Chris, thank you for joining us today. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tuesday. And we will see you back tomorrow for another edition of Live at 75. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
See you, everyone.